Hi friends, it is 8:21 Thursday morning when I'm filming this, and I had my coffee, I had my breakfast, and I had this urge to just start decorating, to kick it out. And I had some ideas, and when I get that urge, I do it, I decorate. So I'm going to be behind the camera for now. I'm sure I will jump in later, but anyway, I want to kind of tackle this. So if you caught Wednesday's video, I was playing around with the idea of using a table runner as a swag on my mantle. Well, I kept playing with it this morning and it just was not giving me the look I was hoping for. So I've come up with a plan B. I am determined to use this table runner. So what I did was I ran and got a zip tie. I have made a bow. And I'm thinking I might be able to do this on each end. I might leave the bow kind of floppy, or I might go in here and kind of fill it in with some paper to beef up the bow. But friends, this table runner was so inexpensive on Amazon. It's cheaper than most small bows, you know, the pre-made bows you can get on Amazon. So if this works out, you know, find a table runner that goes with your Christmas decor and make your own bow. It's so easy. So anyway, let's get to it. Got a black extension cord. I'm hoping it's going to blend once I get my garland up here, but this will allow me to plug in those cluster lights. On Wednesday's video, I also talked about how I want to have a simplified way of decorating for Christmas without all the mess of pine needles and glitter. And yes, it's almost unavoidable, but I will tell you that Christmas tree I got it's foolproof. You cannot make a mess with it. The mess would technically come from any glittered ornaments, let's be honest, or picks that you might put in the tree. But the tree itself, no muss, no fuss. That's the great part about this garland that I shared with you on Wednesday as well. But I wanted to show you when you lay this down on a surface, it is absolutely stunning. I mean, you can literally separate this and put your candle sconces. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you guys, the best part, there is no mess. This is the back side of it right here. So I know that kind of looks like but when you flip it, what's great about this garland is it's so wispy, you can play with this any which way you want. Let me flip this again. I mean, look how beautiful that would be on your dining room table, a buffet, a sofa table, a coffee table, a large coffee table. It's really pretty and there is absolutely no mess and it really does look realistic. And by the way, it is real touch. So I just love it. I'm going to use this on my mantle. It's not going to give the same look as this. What it's going to do is simply add that pop of festive winter green. And I also mentioned I didn't want gobs of greenery dropping down on this sort of mantle. It just, I don't know, it doesn't look right to me. So anyway, what I'm going to do is start out with this one. You can buy this in a 1-pack and a 2-pack. I got the 2-pack. And I'm hoping that will yield maybe a little bit more of a substantial look. We'll see. Let's throw it up there. So as you can see, this is one garland. Now I'm going to go run and get the other one. But what I want to show you is how beautifully this drapes. And I love it. I really do. Okay, so I love it. I doubled up. I wanted it thicker right there because I'm trying to conceal the cords. But I love how drapey it looks. Okay, so these are the cluster lights I talked about with you guys on Wednesday's video. As you can see, you have lights on both sides of the wire and it looks so cool plugged in. Okay, so as you can see, I just laid the cluster lights up there to see if I had enough length. And when I stood back, this is what I've decided to do. So what I'm going to do is take these lights and simply kind of go under and over. And oh my gosh, I love it. It looked messy, kind of the way it goes in, but if you could see it in person, it is so beautiful. And I didn't realize it, but these twinkle. And that's what it looks like from far away. Okay, I just set my bow up there to see what it would look like, and I stuffed it with some bubble wrap. I need to do a better job. I was just playing to see if I was gonna like it. Okay, and what I did was I dropped one tail and I kind of swagged and tucked under the garland. And I don't know, I think it looks so cute. I really like it. I also have a bunch of these little holiday picks from Walmart. And I thought I could stick some in, you know, sporadically just to give a little bit more texture and a pop of color. Okay, so I want to correct something. I think I said this table runner was 90 inches. I believe I got the 70-inch one. We're not supposed to tell actual prices on Amazon because the prices are always fluctuating. So keep that in mind. But this was literally under $8. In my opinion, I have a much better look and it's huge. It's huge. I love it. So I'm going to add another one at that end. And I'm going to try something different. I put bubble wrap in these. And what I'm going to do in the next bow is this. You know the packing paper you get in your Amazon boxes? I'm going to try this to see if I can poof up the bow just a bit. But I don't know, I kind of like it. It's a little floppy, but it's also very much standing on its own. And the table runner comes in a little bag like this. And like I said, you just need a zip tie. And then I'm going to find my center, do a loop over here, and zip tie it. Okay, I'm a little disappointed because I just realized this isn't 70 inches. It's the smaller one. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to make it work. But just realize this is going to be shorter. So you can see here I've gathered material on each side. Now I'm going to flip this and use my zip tie. So this is what I have, but now I'm going to go stuff the inside right here, these little pockets, with paper. So what I did was I just tucked that little tail underneath because letting it hang, it just didn't look right. So you can clearly see this one is longer, this one is a little shorter. And, you know, depending on your preference, if you like it longer, that one, 70 inches, and this one is the shorter one. I am very much sometimes very matchy, but I kind of like this one longer and this one shorter. I think I can make it work. So I just went downstairs and I found that I still had a box of these red berries from last year. And when I pull them out, that's what they look like. So I fluffed them out just a bit, but what I really like about these is the vibrant red color. So I might try to pop these in the garland. So I might do a mix of both. And these I got from Walmart. All right, friends, it is now Friday morning. I did a little playing yesterday. I did a little tweaking, and here we are Friday morning. Again, I'm behind the camera, and I hope you guys don't mind. I will definitely be on camera next week, but I have a couple weekend trips planned ahead, and so it's sort of crunch time for me. And I don't know about you guys, but when I start my Christmas decorating, it kind of takes me, I don't know, a few days to start ramping up with ideas. It's very slow going the first 2 days. It's kind of me playing and trial and error, and then I start getting my groove on. You have to go dig through all your stuff. You have to decide what you want where, and you know the process, you know the drill. But in any case, I did make a couple little changes. So over here, I went and got my glue gun, and I simply just flipped up the plaid ribbon so that it would sort of match that side. I also decided to bring in these finials, and so this was sort of hanging over the top of that one, and that was my final decision. Yep, we got to bring the ribbon up, or table runner, I should say. But I want to discuss something real quickly. You know, I sat here last night and I thought, oh my goodness, would it look better if the greenery was all the same? You know, and I asked my husband and he said, no, don't do that. He said that wouldn't look natural. He said he preferred, you know, the unevenness, you know, kind of like with the garland. And it wasn't on purpose. It was just how it was laying up there, and I just kind of went with it. Another change I was playing with was I have these rustic wood lanterns from Hobby Lobby, and these right here, those are from Walmart. And I really like the pop of black, and I think we're gonna revisit that next week. But I just wanted to give you the comparison while I can. And I really feel like for Christmas, the black is popping. I also bought some magnetic lights, and I think they're gold. They're super cool. And I think they will snap right to the top of that lantern. So if I want to put a nutcracker in my lantern on either side of the TV and I want it lit up from above, and I could also do below as well, those lights are a great option. Okay, let's pivot over here. Again, I've been playing with ideas, but this is a red berry wreath I got on Amazon. I just plopped it in, and hey, I've got a festive lamp. And you can see the light lights up the berries. It's really cute. So here we have the tree, and I've been playing with ideas. You can kind of see different ribbons and things in there. So I have these beautiful berry stems that I got on Amazon. By the way, I just checked, they're available, I think, for delivery for November. These are beautiful stems that you could put in a big vase and make a statement piece out of it, or stick them in your tree. So anyway, I'm thinking of using these beautiful berry stems as a tree topper. Let's see how this turns out. This was so simple and so easy, but you can see what a beautiful impact it makes at the top of the tree. And by the way, I will link these wire branches below. They are awesome. They are so bendable. You can put them in your tree, and it really gives it a rustic, woodsy look. Okay, so I just made myself another bow using a table runner, and I'm gonna see if I can put it up top. And what I did was I stuffed the bow with bubble wrap, and then I took my hot glue gun and I just glued the edges down. You don't have to use the glue gun. I didn't for these, and I think they turned out awfully cute. But because this is gonna sit high up in the tree, I just wanted to make sure that you weren't gonna see anything coming out of it, you know what I mean? So let's try to put that up there and see how it looks. Okay, so I want to show you something. I had initially planned to put that up at the top of the tree, but it just didn't look right with the berry picks. So I decided to try it down below, and I think it looks so cute. It definitely ties into the bows over here. And you guys know bows are the latest rage this year. And like I said, bows are expensive. This is such an economical, budget-friendly way to make your own bow and actually make a big one. So for me, I think a grouping of 3. So maybe one here, maybe like one up here, kind of like tipped, maybe one down lower. Then I could fill in on the rest of the branches. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I have this ribbon that I got on Amazon. It's amazing. I don't know. Do you think I can make this work with that? Okay, so I just realized my video is already at 16 minutes, and so I'm going to have to leave it here. So I will share real quickly where we're at. I have some gold bells. It's actually a bell garland I got at, where did I get it? Michael's. And I snipped it into little pieces and I just tuck it wherever I want in the tree. And so anyway, you know, this tree is kind of sparse in between. So this is where I'm going to go fill in next week. So anyway, I've got a good start, and we'll pick up next week, you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I love you all so much, and let the decorating fun continue next week. I'll see you then, guys. Mwah.